Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here. I hope you're doing well. I am going to go over my spending from the 24th through the 30th, and what I do on this is I write down my expenses on stickers and I lay them down on the date that that it occurred, and then hopefully I have a few no spend days in there. So let's get right to it. On the 24th, I started out well. I had a no spend day. So that puts us at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that was my goal. So if I have any more this month, that'll just be icing on the cake. And then let's see here, on the 25th, I had my life insurance did come out. And just for full disclosure, it's usually $17 and some change, but I always round up on these. So I just put $18. And then on the 25th, I also had a payment. I had some payments for debt come out. I'm struggling to find that sticker. Here we go. I paid for my, sorry, I had to make sure I'm looking at the right date. Yes, the 25th, I paid for my Apple payment. It's no interest right now, so that's the best of everything I could have, and I'm really happy with that. And then let's see, on the 25th, my husband also went to Menards, which is a store here, I guess in the Midwest, and he found this owl pot plant thing. I don't even know. My husband donated his kidney in Minnesota at the Mayo Clinic, let's see, 2 years ago. Yes, it was in 2020. And in the gift shop there was like this owl planter, whatever. Anyways, I'm obsessed with owls, so I always wanted to get it, and I always said I was going to go back there, and every time I went down there, it was closed. And then after he was released from the hospital, after donating his kidney, we never went back. And then when he went up there for follow-up appointments, it was gone. So anyways, he happened to go to the store, saw it, and bought it. So I am not angry with him at all. And then the 26th, I did have a miscellaneous expense. I think I may have mentioned this in a previous video, but my middle daughter decided that this year she wanted to join wrestling, and we had to buy her wrestling shoes. So those darn things are expensive. They cost us about $129. So I told her she better like wrestling really well, because yeah, that was a lot of money. I mean, I could probably sell them later on, but you know, again, it's just one of those things. On the 27th, had kind of a random Apple. I went through all of my subscriptions, and my husband went through his subscriptions and deleted all these ones that we didn't even realize we had, and that's what we're trying to do. I'm annoyed by these Apple subscriptions highly right now. It's just one of those things that keeps coming up, and I told him that, you know, these little expenses at the end of the year, they add up to a lot of money, and that's money that we could be using towards vacation or other things that we enjoy more than paying bills. So anyways, then I haven't really talked about this in a video yet, but I will talk about it in a video coming up. I did deposit some money that we have, and in that later video I will update you about where that came from. But I am going to put that in here for $15.33. And then we did have a payment for our car insurance, and that was $5.56. I know on a previous video I thought it was $5.45. It was $5.46. I double checked, so I was off by $11, but that's okay because we had the money in our envelope. And then I also made a payment for Kohl's, and I put the total amount on here instead of rounding it up, but it was $345.14. That did pay that in full, so that's taken care of. And then we also made a payment to PayPal, which was $733.88, and that has also been paid in full. And then on the 28th, my husband got paid. We always budget $850. He got paid more than that, so I will put that down here, which is an additional $220 because he got overtime. I'll explain that more later on, what we are doing. And then let's see, on the 28th, I'm sorry, not the 28th. Yes, on the 28th, sorry. We bought gas, and the way we do that is we put it on our Discover card, and then I turn around and pay $75 towards that. Even if the gas was $50, I pay $75 towards that because I figure that extra $25 that we have budgeted for can go towards that gas bill. I am not door dashing at all anymore. We just don't have time, and my husband works 50 to 60 hours a week, so it's adding more time, adding more door dashing on top of that takes away from our time, our family, things like that. So we decided that since he's making more money at this new job, that we no longer need to. I suppose if we want to later on, we can always fall back on it, but that means that my car is not getting filled up every single week. Sometimes twice a week it used to be. And his truck, we live about 1.5 miles away from where he works, so there's really not a lot of gas being burned that way either. The only time he actually uses gas is when we go to the farm, when we go to visit my dad, or when he goes out hunting. And so that's right now, he is hunting almost every weekend, so it just depends on how far he goes and that kind of thing. But either way, $75 goes towards gas every single week, or goes towards that payment, and that's what we do. So, and then that same day, I paid for our daughter's lunches. It's their meals. It's actually their lunches and breakfasts, and that's that takes care of that if they choose to eat at school. Sometimes they'll bring their lunch, sometimes they don't. It is what it is. And then I'm gonna put this right here. Our streaming gets paid gets deposited into our miscellaneous account every week from our primary account for $15. And we also did my cash envelopes and my sinking funds. Cash envelopes was $170, sinking funds was $280, for a total of $450 for those two together. And then on the 29th, like I said, my husband does go hunting, and he went to the store. Casey's probably got himself a quick sandwich for $12, probably a pop in there as well. And then the same thing on, goodness, my stickers are not coming apart very well. On the 30th, he also did the same. I'm not gonna even mess with this. And before I forget, we did buy Chinese food, but these two were also done with our cash envelopes takeout. But on this day, I got Chinese food, and that shocked me that it was $75. I was just completely dumbfounded that it was $75 for that. I told my husband, I'm like, we're probably not going to order Chinese food very often anymore. It was just a lot of money. Everything's gone up. I understand that they have to charge what they have to charge to be able to, to make money. But for me, it was an unnecessary expense. And, I just wasn't feeling like cooking that day. I did a lot of other stuff, but I've learned my lesson, and we're not going to be doing that anytime soon. So whatever. And then, my husband did go to Walgreens at night for me, and I had taken pictures of my daughters, and I had Christmas cards made. They had a really good promo code going on, and we spent $10 out of our family photo envelope is what it was. So $10 for that. And then we did have a couple miscellaneous expenses on the 29th. And on the 30th. So the 29th, my husband, like I said, he went hunting, but he did stop. He had to go help a buddy of his, and they stopped at Subway, and so my husband got his food, which was $16. And since we didn't have anything left of our envelopes, that came out of there. And then for myself, again, I take pictures of my own children, and I decided to buy Lightroom, which is a photo editing software, and I really enjoy it. And it was, let's see, $54 for the year. And then we got groceries, and actually it was a combination between groceries and household stuff. I needed toilet paper and antibacterial wipes, which I bought from Sam's Club, and they will be shipped in. And then I got groceries. So that totaled up to $150, and that did come out on 30th. So I'm trying to zoom out a little bit. So right now we have 6 no spend days, which means we have achieved that goal. I'm not going to be able to achieve this one, the keep miscellaneous under 150, because we've had some expenses, and I have so far kept an accurate record of spending. I only have today left, and that's okay because I know I'll get there. And then we did make all of these payments, and actually then some, because PayPal, I paid $294 earlier this month, and then I paid the rest of it off. Same thing with Kohl's. I paid a little bit earlier this month, and I paid the rest of it off. So there'll be more about that in an upcoming video. I hope you have a great day, and happy Halloween. I hope you have a great, safe night, and I hope if you have little kids that you have a wonderful time and enjoy those memories with them.